Hey guys, Adam Stark with Gordon Real Estate, Jefferson City here. Welcome to my very first video blog. The inspiration for this video comes from the same question I seem to get over and over again from family, clients, friends, people who run into me who know I'm in the business. They all seem to ask the same things. Those questions might be, how's the market doing? Are things picking up? What's the average home sale price in the area right now? What's the average amount of time I can expect my home to be on the market if I were to list it? And things like that. So what I wanted to do was kind of make a video that had all the statistics from 2010 through 2011, break them down in each individual year and kind of give everybody an indication of what exactly it is the market is doing in this area. Now when I refer to this area, I'll be referring to what we call areas 1, 2, and 3, which are going to cover your Osage, Callaway, and Cole County areas, okay? Let's start with 2010. Wasn't the best year. We saw a lot of realtor dropouts. Home sale prices appeared to be going down. The market was still sort of in that downturn situation. So let's look at the stats. In 2010, there were 607 individual single-family units that sold between January 1st and December 31st of that year. Okay, during that time, the average days on the market was 74. As you'll see, that's a slight bit less than it is now, but I'll explain when we get to the 2011 stats exactly why that is. The average price per square foot, a lot of people don't think to ask this. I thought it'd be nice to throw it in. In 2010, that price was $69.92 a square foot. If you've ever built a home, that's much less obviously than it cost to build, which was why the realtors were marketing so hard on the it's better to buy than to build at this point in time in 2010. The average price home on the market within our area was $145,219. The total volume sold for the year was $88,148,208. Not bad compared to previous years in the 2000 era. Probably doesn't seem too appealing to some markets for people whose the average home sale price maybe be $500,000. That probably still seems a little low, but for our area and for a time when you saw a lot of dropouts and that the home sales seemed to be dropping, I had a good year. I know a lot of other realtors that did as well, but definitely wasn't a year to go bragging about. So let's compare it to 2011 because that's kind of the years just passed. That's what a lot of people are wanting to know at this point is how is the market doing compared to the previous year? Are things looking up? What's the outlook here? So these are real facts. I'm pulling all these numbers, all these statistics straight from our local MLS system. So these aren't things I'm making up. So what I tell you here is the truth. In 2011, there were 907 homes that sold in the areas 1, 2, and 3 that I spoke about earlier. That's actually almost a 50% increase from 2010, from 607 to 907 individual units. So that stat alone shows me that we had a much better year in 2011 and that the market seems to be looking up rather than continuing to turn down. The average days on the market were 100. Now compared to last year's average day on the market for the year at 74, we are seeing maybe that the homes are sitting a little longer. One stat that I found that may be skewing that just a little bit, there was one individual home that sat on the market for over 3,600 days. So you can imagine that would probably increase the average time for the rest of them. I don't know what that person was thinking leaving their home on the market for 8, 9 years. But whatever the case, it finally sold in 2011, so if nothing else, in the 9 years prior, they weren't able to do it. In 2011, they were. So maybe, if nothing else, that's an indication that the market seems to be looking up. The average price per square foot also went down just a little bit at $66.32 a square foot as opposed to the $69.92 in 2010. That's not a big statistic that stands out to me as far as maybe the market's doing one thing or another. You'll see that the average home sale price was $130,972, so that's down a little bit. So knowing that that average is down, it's probably going to drag that price per square foot average down as well. But one thing that really stood out outside of just the number of units was the total volume. We had a staggering $118,791,531 in total volume sold in 2011. That's a 35% increase from 2010. So with these stats, very basic, but if you can see the difference between 2010 and 2011 in the major areas as far as total units sold and total volume, I definitely feel the market was much better. It was for myself, and again, I know a lot of other realtors who had a much better year this past year than the year prior. So in my opinion, my professional realtor opinion, I feel the market is definitely looking up. It's just starting out here in 2012. Today's January 14th, so we'll see how the year goes. I'm going to follow up with video blogs on every quarter along the way. So be sure to follow it. I'll compare the quarters this year, the quarters last year, and we'll kind of see how the market's turning from there, okay? Thanks for tuning in. Again, my very first blog. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. And again, my name's Adam Stark with Gordon Real Estate here in Jefferson City. Thank you.